Sylas is the most unique and diversified champion in the game, and that is a given. He is able to seal any ultimate in the game, giving him a plethora of combos and hundreds of different ways to use them in any given moment. Every game is different than the last, and there are always new things to learn and different ways to play him. But with an abundance of different kinds of combinations come an abundance of bugs, both good and bad. The fact that he can steal any ultimate in the game means that whenever a champion is released or a champion's ult is updated, Sylas specifically must be changed in a way to balance that ult when he steals it for his own use. This becomes very, very complicated. And with that, in every patch the client goes under, he must individually and thoroughly be checked and updated to make sure that no bugs go through and nothing happens. Now luckily, we have an amazing company called Riot Games, which makes sure this never happens. Is what I would say if we had an amazing company called Riot Games that would make sure this never happens. Instead, almost every patch, a new Sylas bug is found, abused, and then fixed. But that's not always the case, and here is where things get bad. There are two different types of Sylas bugs which we have seen. The good ones, which benefit his gameplay and make him overpowered and unfair, or the bad ones, which heavily limit his kit and damage output in general, putting him in an extremely bad position. A recent example of a good bug was the double echo ult steal. This ultimate steal would allow Sylas to steal Echo's ultimate, and when casted, it would cast twice. This means that Sylas would heal twice and deal damage twice, which is pretty freaking insane considering the amount of damage and healing you can do in just one cast. Now this got hotfixed in about a week, which is understandable because it was extremely overpowered and hindering the game. Now the most recent example of a good one is the Sylas Scion ultimate steal. Which allows him to, well, not even drift, but literally steer complete 180s and 360s, making it an amazing ult steal and overpowering Sylas in a way that could completely change and alter the entire game. This one was just found only 3 days ago. Now this ultimate steal is now hotfixed, but this time it happened a bit different. Because now, if you steal Scion's ultimate as Sylas, it immediately ends the cast and doesn't even allow Sylas to cast a normal Scion ultimate. Now how did this happen? An ultimate that was just overpowered for Sylas is now extremely the opposite. It's extremely underpowered and it's hindering Sylas's ability to use the ultimate and to a point where why would you even steal it? Unfortunately, Riot Games sucks and is known for their awful history of not balancing things. It is either amazing, OP, insane, all of this crazy stuff, or it's complete garbage. And believe it or not, we aren't even to the real bad part of the video yet. The real bad part about all of this is the fact that there has been a bad Sylas bug around for months, and Riot still has yet to fix or acknowledge it. This bug that Scion recently had was immediately hotfixed and didn't last more than 3 days. But the bug that hasn't is the ultimate steal passive bug. And the extremely awful thing about this bug is that it's worldwide. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have noticed this, and I've even seen it on subreddits, but if you don't know what it is, when Sylas steals an ultimate, no matter how many passive stacks he has prior to the steal, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, they are immediately erased. Now, the passive states that whenever Sylas uses any ability, he gains 1 stack of Petricite Burst, and Petricite Burst makes his auto attacks do more damage in a radius. But when Sylas steals an ultimate, they're all gone. This is awful, and I cannot tell you how many times this bug has cost me my life and probably the entire game. And the worst part about this bug is that it doesn't matter what ult you steal, it happens every single time. It has been around for months, and Riot has yet to acknowledge or fix an easily fixable bug. But when there's a bug that benefits Sylas, they're quick to fix it, or in this case, make it even worse instead of just fixing it like the Scion ultimate bug. Now, believe it or not, this isn't the first time Riot has done something like this. Way back when you were wearing diapers and Sylas was just released, he had the most fun, amazing, intuitive combo that the game had probably ever seen. One that's still talked about today, and one of the most missed interactions that has ever existed. What I'm talking about is the EQ combo. Now, what this combo is that if you would cast your Q at the same time as your E2, it would land right on top of the person, making them take both Q1 and Q2 damage and looking hella cool while doing it. Now, not only was this an amazing combo that did tons of damage, but it felt amazing and accomplishing when you would do it. Riot was quick to end the fun, killing the combo and calling it a bug. Not long after, Sylas's play rate plummeted, and people who loved the champions ended up finding new ones. For the next year, Riot updated something about Sylas in each patch to make him more likable and fun. And I love Sylas, don't get me wrong, but he has not been the same since, and I know thousands of people feel the same way as I do. Now, I don't know if I made this video because I'm a Sylas main or just because I'm fed up, but we need our voice to be heard. We need change from Riot, and we need to put a stop to this awful cycle because it is continuing, and it's getting worse. Now, I love my champion, and it kills me to see how little thought is put into him with every going patch. We need to start a revolution, but I can't do it by myself.